Here we are again with the 2009 iMac that was used in the last video to install macOS Sequoia. Now, in this video, we're going to be looking at installing Windows onto here. We are going to be installing Windows 11, and we're going to be seeing how well Windows 11 performs in 2024 on the 2009 iMac. We're going to try some basic Office apps, and then we're going to install Steam and try a couple of games and see how well it performs today and see if it's actually any use to anybody, or if it's just going to be a complete mess, because macOS Sequoia was scratching the line of barely usable, but still kind of impressive that it'll even run. So before we do anything on this machine, the first thing we're going to do is upgrade the SSD, because it's only 128 gigs. We're not going to be running any games, we're not going to be doing anything weird like that on 128 gigs. So we're going to put a terabyte in. How you actually get on the phone is as follows. You can lift it up and off the screen glass. I'm going to get that clean. And we basically just have to undo all this. And then we can simply and there's the inside. Move all these out of the way. And there is an iMac screen. And turn it into place. Get it into place without touching the power supply first of all would be really nice. It's a very easy machine to work on. There's a lot of dirt on the outside. Okay, so we are now install complete and running El Capitan on a big 1TB SSD, which it has decided to break. Jesus Christ, that was an explosive drink. We are now running on, nope, let's try that again, we're looking at a funny angle. We are now on this big drive. So what we're going to do is we are running the dock from Snow Leopard, like the layout, as you can see, because we upgrade installed. So we're going to go to applications, which is over here, and we're going to go to utilities, and we're going to go to where are you? You don't need to use Bootcamp Assistant, but I'm going to do it the official way. So what we're going to do is, we're going to try general UDisk. This drive cannot be used, please format the drive. Okay, so we're going to do disk utility. This may not work, I have issues with this USB drive in the past. It doesn't have Medicat on it, because it's, it didn't work, and yeah. What do we have? See what, it hurts your eyes looking at a screen from the same one sitting facing the screen kind of like that. Can't download the okay, yeah, of course you can't download the software, we're not connected to the internet, are we? We'll just give that a go. It's gonna continue, yes. It's going to do what it's going to do, and then it's probably going to say put in the Windows 7 disk. That focuses on the disk. I had to switch USB drives because the SD card was like, I mean, look at the time, if you can actually read the time. It's been ages and it did not like, so the installer disk can't be found, so we have to insert our legitimate Windows 7 disk. Oh, going around the back of the machine. If I can get it in, that is, where's the bloody thing? It's over here. There we go. The very legitimate Windows 7 disk is now inserted. And what it should do... My god, I cannot get the screen to line back up. Is that better? Sure it is. Let's just focus on it. what I could do now is say, continue, don't at me. Just continue. What do you mean it can't be found? Let's just put it in. Hurry up and find it then. I mean, Windows did say error burning disk, but you know, it actually still works on a PC, so I did put the disk in the right way round. Oh, I literally handcrafted Windows 7 on there. It didn't work. If this says blank DVD, then I don't know what else I can do, because Windows 8 isn't going to work because he's going to get upset, I think. I've got an 8 DVD. If this says blank DVD, you say blank. Oh, that's making different noises. Oi, look at that. I would call that a Windows installer, would you? See what this says. I want no, I don't need that much space for Windows. 145 gigs. The USB drive connected to this Mac contains a bootable volume. In order to install Windows 7 from DVD, I do have my trusty Windows 7 themed Windows 10 laptop that should be running Windows 11 on my lap here, and it's doing things already. That was loud. I do indeed have my trusty Windows 7 themed Windows 10 laptop that should be running Windows 11 handy, just in case if I have to run anything. But we're going to install Windows 7, hopefully. Is that going to say built any disk? That's what I wanted it to do. So we have the weird glitchy white screen issue still, but when you boot a different OS to macOS, it does some booty things and it refreshes the screen because it disappears. There's no read activity on the optical drive, which is worrying. Yeah, that's what I was expecting that to happen, just straight away. So this is Windows 7, and then we will perform an upgrade to Windows 11. Yeah, look at that nice screen. So we're going to go to United Kingdom, install now, and hopefully we won't get an error about the disk, and we'll be able to just the hard drive, disk, SSD, and we should be able to just install, because Bootcamp sometimes likes to just not format the drive right, and we've got a version of macOS already on here that I don't want to get rid of. That is so loud. So we should be able to say Bootcamp. Yeah, look. Oh, okay, no, that's normal. That's just the format of it. Because I'm expecting it to give me a GPT error. But no, we're just installing Windows 7 like normal. Okay, so no matter what I did, I tried 3 different DVDs, I tried the external drive, I tried messing around with other things, and I just cannot get this thing to now boot a Windows DVD anymore. Like, I've tried different DVDs, I've tried different OSs, I've tried XP, I've tried 7, I've tried 8, I've tried 10 off the USB, even though I was pretty much guaranteed that wasn't going to work. So I don't know if this is actually going to work. I was just preparing my Ventor USB with Windows to try that, and I thought I'd just throw the Windows 8 CD in here while I was messing around and see if it would boot. And look, I'm in Windows 8, which I wasn't getting before. I could get into Windows 7 once and then it stopped. Now I'm kind of in, so let's see what happens with this now. The drive's spinning up again. Okay, that's kind of good because it means it's actually reading the disk. So we're going to try Windows again. I am going to format that fresh, just so we can see. Well, I need plain disk to work with. hopefully it doesn't just stop dead here. You may or may not be able to tell, but we do indeed have a Windows install. So we can now say Windon't. Let's call this iMac Windon't. And I can't eject it from here either, so we just have to deal with that noise. We don't want to be using Bing, go away. I don't want to automatically get drivers for now. I'm not going to set Windows Update up for now. God, it feels weird installing Windows 8 again. It's been a while. Jesus Christ, man. Next, you'll set up your account. Create an account. Hopefully this is going to go. There was an error. Yeah. See. That. Finalising your settings. While it's finalising my settings, I'm going to plug in. USBs are plugged in. So the first thing I'm going to do is, if that's the disk, no, that's the disk, eject. And I'm also going to change the screen resolution to 1200. Right, and then what we may or may not be able to do is set up. We may have to try compatibility mode. Yeah. So we are all, except I haven't rebooted yet. Maybe I should do that first. Let's just restart this. Nice Windows install that has been fully drivered up. How nice and smooth. I did indeed get the, or at least get Bootcamp to install. Doesn't look like, oh yeah, look, Bootcamp Manager. Oh look, there we go. Bootcamp control panel. Jesus, that sound. Everything is hell. But no, we can reboot to macOS. We can on topic disk mode. We can control brightness. Change remotes and keyboards. We have one last thing to try, and that is upgrading to Windows 11. This is either going to make or break everything, because if this doesn't work, I have to reinstall everything. So let's see what this does. I'm going to tell it not to download updates for now, just to try and break less things. Should I say that? We're going to go with 11 Pro for now. Okay. Modern setup host. Let's try Windows 7. It may be because this is a patched installer and you're meant to just boot from the USB, really. Okay, so I upgraded to Windows 10 first of all, and I'm going to try and get around this problem by using Windows 10 and seeing if that stops the weird crashing and any issues like that. So what I'm going to do, I like to cut your head open on a speaker. That does help. Of Windows 11 installer, and we're going to try this. We're going to see if now we're on Windows 10 if we can run the patched installer. So what I'm going to do is say let's not download updates. And now we're getting a few things ready. Checking your PC. This is where it would crash before. okay. So what we're going to do, instead of doing that, we're going to close out of this. Okay, there has been a change in plan. So it turns out that from 24H2 onwards in Windows 11, they changed the system requirements, and there's some missing CPU instruction sets that we don't have that we need, as in physically need to run 24H2. So I've got 23H2 here, and with the registry key set, I'm hoping that we're going to be able to run this. So we're going to say not right now. Then it's going to check. That progressed. No way. Okay, accept. Keep personal files only. Yes. That's okay. That's okay. So install. We now have Windows 11. We are now upgraded to Windows 11. Let's see if I can get connected to Wi-Fi. There we go. Not the most performant right now, but that could be due to many things. I mean, we're using like no RAM. Actually, that's pretty good. 128 processors. And then we've got to get the proper drivers installed. Because you can see there's no graphics drivers. We're now on a fully updated, fully drivered, gamed out Windows 11 install. I've done some debloating to make it run a little bit better. I'm also going to end Windows Update because that's going to try and break Windows. There was some little glitches trying to get like the OS to work, and it kept updating and then like breaking everything. So we kind of need to like not update it for now. We're not running too badly at the moment. As soon as you do something, the CPU does jump up, but it's not too bad. You can see we open Task Manager, it shoots up and then it settles. So we're not running too badly, to be fair. The worst part is going to be again the graphics. So we'll try some basic things like YouTube. The hotkeys are not working. I don't really want to get up. I was watching that video a minute ago actually. I don't want to get a copyright strike from showing content or music, but let's copyright free video and just try something. I'm going to risk it. I'm just going to try playing the normal video. Let's see what this does not computer's been up to. See if it's playable. So we're getting no sound.
I set out to do what initially looked like a straightforward vintage Mac motherboard repair. But before I knew it, the whole thing spiraled out of control and turned into a project.
So I have a feeling if we installed some extensions, we could make this usable. What are we at? We're at 1080p. If we go to 720p, it might be a little bit more usable. That's better.
For its time. Problems like the ones on this board are sadly commonplace.
Yeah, we're dropping some frames, but it's not that bad. So you could technically use YouTube on here, you know. It does kind of work. Not the best, but it does work. So the other thing you might do on a little computer like this is something like Word. So if we open up the Microsoft Wordings and we say new, let's do a, let's go on to some business. Search for some online templates. Business report. Let's create a business report. we're going to do is just a little bit of background information. There is OneDrive is running in the background, so it will be using up a bit of CPU. It's interesting how that's the only thing showing right now. Is OneDrive still running in the background? It was. Yeah, I mean, Word is usable. Word is quite usable. It's not going to be amazing, and this is Office 365, which is always a bit. Office has always been kind of rubbish at running smoothly. So yeah, that is kind of just what happens. Let's go into Excel as well. I wouldn't want to do any form of multitasking on this machine at all. As soon as you start running a few programs, it is struggling. We've got Excel, we've got OneDrive. I mean, OneDrive is using most of our resources right now. Let's say I've been playing Mass Effect. Let's try and load the Excel sheet I've got for Mass Effect to keep a track on everything. And again, it's usable. Autosave is on. We can make changes. But even with OneDrive in the background, and come on, man. It's Windows key G. Let's just move this up here a little bit. So Excel again is quite usable, but when you have Game Pass, you actually get access to cloud gaming, which technically also requires a controller, which we can pair here. So if we just go to Bluetooth quickly and pair a controller, we could technically play some of the latest games at Xbox One X speed, Xbox Series X speed, sorry, on here, which would be kind of interesting. Now the question is Bluetooth going to work first of all? Yes it is. That will be the controller. The controller that I repaired myself a while back. So for now we're just going to close out of that. Forza Horizon 5 maybe? Can I not cloud game this? Here we go, play. Now we're on Wi-Fi. I've got that. Are we gonna play? This is like real-time experience, by the way. I turned off animations and I turned off transparency, which made it play miles quicker. Play. Here we go. Now we're trying. Now we're game streaming. The sound quality is terrible, but who cares? This is very, very playable. Like, this is very responsive as well, considering we're on Wi-Fi. Let's get out of the noisy bit. Oh, I've got clutch on, wow. I was wondering what's going on there. But this is very playable. Very, very playable, actually. Oh god! Oh no! Oh my god! But this is very... I could play on this. And if I plugged in the Ethernet cable, this would be more than playable. I have a feeling this would be butter smooth. Especially on our internet. If you don't have good internet, then you're out of luck, but... Damn, I could genuinely just sit here and play this. This is quite dangerous. And I'm playing manual with clutch. I'm playing manual with clutch. And this is playable. Oh, we're here! Whee! Oh, that was a landing. Damn, this is coming back to me now because it has been so long since I played this. What level am I? I can't see because the overlay blocks it, but I think that says 33.
Not sure if you'd know this, but I'm a bit of a rally fan. Thought I'd take the whole gang along. So, you coming?
Yeah, you know what, mate? I'm going to pass on that one. Wow, look how much new stuff there is. Jeez. I want to know what's going on with our CPU because, Jesus! We're at high usage for CPU. I'm going to have to do some clips here because if I show all of this footage, everyone's going to be sleeping. I remember getting really annoyed and just buying the Just Go with real money because I couldn't be bothered to wait anymore and it was like part of the pack. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to buy that and like kind of Wow, okay. Well, the car skin took a moment to load. Oh my god! You're not meant to do that in a supercar. That is more than playable. Way more than playable. So we're going to try some Minecraft. I probably should have... Okay, we'll just try Bedrock. Because Bedrock's decided to open and I've got a controller pad. So we've got Game Overlay down here. And... I'm just going to open Task Manager and see what's going on quickly. I think Windows Defender's probably kicking in the background and not helping things. I do own Minecraft. Well, I do own Minecraft, but I think it's... What? Why is it asking me what game? Oh, is it because, do I not have any saves? What was that all about? I've never seen that before. And this is because I've never had any saves. So let's create a new one. I've got the controller here. I didn't click anything. We're just... Oh, the music's loaded. Create new world. We're going to do survival. You know what, I'm going to leave everything on default. We're just going to create a new world. So far this is running better than the version on the Xbox One. Because the Xbox One version runs like arse. Not the Series X, the Xbox One. Wow, it's music. Okay, I guess we're just going to do that because this controller is a bit crap. This does look like it's actually running at full resolution as well. Yeah, we're getting toasty. Okay. Well, there's a massive amount of input delay on this controller for some reason. Like... I'll try and slow that down in editing so you can see the delay. Oh man. Okay. It's just a general input thing. Maybe it's having some problems and I need to turn the graphics down. Let's turn off screen animation. Turn off fancy leaves, render clouds, beautiful skies, smooth lighting, fancy graphics. Render distance, we're going to turn that down, we're going to turn off anti-aliasing. We just limit that to 60 FPS, we don't need any more than that. Just see if that makes a difference. Yeah. Okay, that's more playable. Let's try the controller now. Yeah, that's better. It's not amazing, there's still lots of input delay, but it is working. I'm shame I can't give you an FPS overlay on this, it's not working. However, we are probably hitting 50. Obviously the video is not recorded in 60 FPS because otherwise my storage would hit full in about 10 minutes. This is very playable, surprisingly, considering this is the latest version. I thought we were in survival. There's some weird problems with like delayed audio and stuff. Can I mine the tree that you're on? Thank you. Sorry, does that button say you mow? Oh no. Do we have to do this? This game is so different. Let's go explore this cave quickly. Well, it is running fairly smoothly. I would say this is kind of 50, 55 FPS. With the occasional drop to maybe 40. But for some reason there are just... See, now it's okay, honestly. There were some weird issues where sounds would load a bit late. But otherwise, I mean, this is really smooth. Like, I could run through the entire gameplay on this easily. I mean, I wouldn't because I've got a PC that will play it 10 times better, but I could if I wanted to. What makes it really hard to play is the fact that I'm sitting on an angle from the screen and like everything's at a weird angle. So let's try Call of Duty Black Ops. This might not load purely because I've had issues with this game just running on Windows 11 flat out, no matter what the hardware is. So it may just not do anything. Okay, so Call of Duty is doing its thing it does when it just doesn't want to work on Windows 11 at all. And I can't pain in the ass to get that working. So I'm going to try the Forest next, which is kind of like a horror survival-y kind of thing. I'm going to set graphics quality to ultra low to start with, and I'm going to say, if you're into PowerPoint, you would be able to find this playable. Wow, the motion blur makes that literally impossible. This is probably 3 or 4 FPS. So first of all, let's try scrap mechanic. Let me just triple check and make sure there's no weird beta build of this I can run that might still work. I think this game is just too new to run on this graphics card. So the only other game I want to try is VR Chat in desktop mode. I know this is going to be extremely unplayable, however I want to see if it actually runs or not. We couldn't start the game. Oh, okay, it's because we have driver signature enforcement disabled. That's expected. I had to disable driver signature enforcement to install the graphics drivers to even get anything to work. However, this game doesn't support running with that because easy open cheat and you don't own the machine. This is technically usable. It's a pain to get here, it's going to be unreliable, but you could technically open Google and run through Google searches, but you could do that from macOS anyway, so you could technically run the Xbox app and game streams of games if you really wanted to play something, and you could technically play Minecraft. So I think I am going to leave this video here because there is not much left to show on this machine. It's better than having no machine, that's for sure. So thanks for watching. Cheers.